Welcome back to A&M in the AM, episode 47. I'm back here with Mort. How you doing, Mort? First off, I never ask you that.
Yeah, you don't actually. I'm starting to think you don't really care. You act like you do.
I do
Um,
care.
but for video purposes, I'm okay. I'm here with
That's
you
good.
at this
That's
moment.
good.
So
So, I
I'm
mean,
not, I'm not gonna fake ask you how you're doing. So don't worry about that.
I'm fine. I'm always fine, always kicking.
Yeah.
Um, but so I mean, Mort, you came up with this idea for today.
Yeah.
Usually we talk about. Usually we could go on a 20-minute rant about the Pistons, 20-minute rant about the Tigers,
See, I was kind of
but
tired of those.
we decided to throw it back here a little bit. About 5 or 6 years ago,
I just had the video
more
open. I don't know how long it was. Wish I
I,
could
I would
see.
say like 2015, or it was
Actually, it's in my YouTube
yeah,
search history. So you keep
my
talking, and
junior
I'll
year.
see my hit search history.
It was my junior year, so I want to say 2016 because it was during
It was 4 years ago.
4 years ago. All right, 4 years ago, Morton famously had a
Someone
back and
else.
forth with our close friend on a live stream that only the people in Discord watched. But they were comparing. I think at that time, you had but you had all baseball players from that were born or that were playing from 2000 on or something like
I
that,
it was
or that
like
started playing.
it was like 80s to current at the time, I think, and then he had before then. It was something like that because we had done
They
it
had to be
because
born like that year.
like I needed they were just playing during that time. Like they had to be like playing by then because that's why
Okay,
I had him change it because that's why I wanted I think 1980 or so or 85
I
something
think
like
no, I
that.
think you got the 90s.
Now, I
I
wanted it.
think you
I had
got
to
the
make
90s
it.
on
We had to
because he
add the
had the 80s.
extra. We had to add the rule because I wanted Ken Griffey Jr. and some other guys. So he gave me like starting. I think it was 85 on or 80 on because Ken Griffey Jr. was 89. So it was something like that, and he took all the rest of them. I got like new age, and
But
he had
so yeah,
old.
so they made lists comparing the best players of those eras. Yeah, you got like
Mm-hmm.
the new age players.
Mm-hmm.
You are frozen on my screen. I
Oh
don't
yeah, that's
know
fine. You just did it for me too, so we'll just keep it going. You're
what's
good
going on
now.
there, but you know what? It's okay.
Yeah.
Keep, I'm good now. Okay.
Yeah. You're
As
good.
long as I'm good on your side. So basically, what we did, we just decided to go our top teams of all time. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I want to. I'm not a casual, but like I'm not
Yeah.
as in touch. I'm okay. I'm not as in like obviously like I didn't start watching baseball until more of like
Two
past
years
I
ago.
would say like 2010 on. Like that's when I really started getting into baseball more. So I mean, I know a lot of these guys obviously from playing the show and just from like watching other like historical clips and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I think I put together a pretty good roster here. So
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, I say we just get into it right now.
Oh
You
yeah, of
want to start with
course.
what? Where do you want to start? Catcher or pitchers?
We'll start with the starting pitchers. Obviously,
Starting
that's what
pitchers.
we
Okay.
always got to start.
So you want to? So we each pick five starting pitchers. Do you just want
Mm-hmm.
to go through our five or one by one, back and forth?
Um, yeah, we'll go back and forth.
Mine are in no order either. I
Okay,
just
mine
pick. I just
mine
pick.
are I think might
Okay.
might be able to change a little bit, but mostly in order.
Actually, yeah, mine kind of are. Okay. Nolan Ryan.
I also have Nolan Ryan. It's number one.
Okay. Randy Johnson.
Also have Randy Johnson number two.
Okay. Okay. I didn't think we were gonna be this.
We're gonna
Okay.
change right here at number three.
Justin Verlander.
No, we're not. Goodness gracious, we both have Justin Verlander too.
Okay. Roger Clemens.
Yes, Roger
Okay.
Clemens.
Okay. I think this is where we'll differ. All right. Sandy Koufax.
Yeah, Pedro Martinez.
All right. All right. Yeah. That's
We had to.
that's
We
the
had
one
to. There
where
was no way that was gonna be too weird. That was gonna be too weird. We didn't talk about any of these to start this at all.
like we like some of these like we didn't even mention names like because I
No,
was
I mean
talking
like
about certain
I mean
guys.
obviously I have ideas where he's gonna have guys. He has ideas where I'm gonna have them, but we didn't talk about any of this. So
That was funny that we got 4 out of 5.
we went 4 for 5 to start it off.
Especially,
So
wait, okay. Truly, were those in order that you typed those down or like wrote them
yeah,
down? Okay,
yeah.
that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, I was Sandy Koufax. I just think he was pretty dominant. I was just thinking more or less dominant pitchers during their time. I mean, Pedro. It was torn between those two. Who was going to get my last spot there? Really.
Yeah, I don't really. Sandy Koufax is kind of like before the era that I think of. Like that's the reason why in
I
that
would
video, why I did the newer ones. I base all my players really off of newer, except for
Okay.
like 1, maybe 2 of them that are in my list. But really, it's like a live ball era is the ones I count just in general baseball. I mean, it is what it is. If you whether you like it or not, I don't care. I just think that it's so different now that I don't really count the black and white era of
I understand.
watching in
I
black
mean,
and white.
I'll admit I don't know if he was officially black and white, but one black and white official player.
Perfect.
Right, reliever. You want to go there?
Yeah.
Mariano Rivera.
Yeah, best reliever of all time, closer of all time, Mariano Rivera.
Yeah.
That was a pretty easy one too.
Yeah, I mean that was an easy one. So okay, catcher. I'll let you go first this time.
I think we're probably gonna be here same here too.
I don't
actually.
think we are. I really don't.
Yeah, you got some more guys to pick. I'm going with the same guy I had in that video. I always will.
That's why I know we're gonna be different.
Oh yeah, I always will. It's Pudge. It's my catcher.
And I know you're not gonna like who I'm going with for this reason, because I think Short went with this guy, Johnny Bench.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Says.
I mean, yeah, he's one of those guys that, like you said, he played in an era where it's like
he was a little bit of both.
Really count, but it's more in the past type era. But he
was a little bit of both. I get it. I mean, everybody says he's the best catcher of all time. I mean, I'd put him in top 3.
I think
I'm not saying Pudge is the best, but I'm also not saying Pudge isn't the best. I'm just saying like I actually watched Pudge at least, and just I would just go his route instead. I mean, neither way is that bad.
I think he's more or less. I think he's one of the most dominant ones of of how long he held his spot as catcher. And I mean, you can make that. I wasn't gonna put him in here because I know we've had the argument about him, but Yogi Berra, he held he was so dominant at his position for so long, but it was at such a different time in baseball.
As everybody puts him too, and it's like that's where I kind of cut it off. Yeah, you definitely Johnny Bench, but respect to Yogi, but
it's like those guys arguably are in the top 5.
Yeah,
those 3 right there. You can argue them up and down. I don't even know who else you could put there, but it doesn't matter. All right,
and there's some others, but
first base. I'll let you go first base here again.
My favorite, not favorite, but just my favorite name to scream out of nowhere when I'm playing MLB The Show with him, Mr. Big Bert Albert Pujols.
Okay, I'm actually surprised we agreed there.
You did.
I put him. I was like, he might put him, but I'm like, at the same time, I was like, he might go the Miggy route, and I'm like, I don't think he will, because Pujols is like one of the most dominant first basemen of all time, offensively and.
I mean, they both are.
Yeah.
Two of the best right-handed hitters of all time playing at the same time. So
yeah, I thought you were gonna go Miggy, but I was like, he'll go Pujols probably. All right, second base. This one was kind of, I don't know. This one was difficult for me because I feel
we're gonna have totally different answers. And I mean, right now, I think I'm shifting away from this guy. I kind of put him because I didn't have him in that video either, because that just says how much my second baseman changes. And up until recently, the past few years, when he was getting into some issues, he was always my favorite second baseman of all time. But Robinson Cano.
Yeah, I had Rod Carew because it was kind of hard to put Cano. It's again, I'm not gonna say because of the steroids and everything, but because obviously that comes in play with
it looks a little bad. Like 4 years ago, you could have made a case, and especially during that video, I went with Dustin Pedroia in that video, I think, or maybe I put him as the backup. But I know I would have had Robinson Cano right there. It's just I always put him in my list.
And
I don't know
see,
why, but just for some reason I pick him. He's got just one of the when I think of smooth left-handed swings, I think of Robinson Cano. When I think of
yeah,
smooth fielders, I think of Robinson Cano. I don't know. I just liked watching him, so I always put him
yeah.
on my second base list.
And I feel like second base, it's like obviously there's a bunch of good guys there, but there's no clear cut like winner. Like for the
Yeah,
greatest
you
of
could
all,
put
they're
like
all
Roberto
so close.
Alomar and other guys, but
Yeah, but there's so many close guys there, like that you can make an argument for each one. Where like at other positions, like obviously Pujols, the four pitchers we both said there, Johnny Bench or Pudge, like there's so like there's those guys that are clear cut winners. Other than like second base, where it's like there's like 5, 10 guys where you can all make the argument of why they could be there.
yeah,
All right,
I would see. I could see probably people having Alomar or really Jackie.
Jackie,
I could see people going that
yeah,
route. I other than that, there's other guys, but it's really just kind of like open,
yeah,
which is why I don't have a problem picking Cano. But like I said, past few years, yes. Before then, no, it would have been easy to pick him. But
yeah. Okay, so third
third
base.
base.
This was the position I had one guy at, and then I had to switch it up. So I have two guys I'm gonna say.
So I think this is also the same guy I picked in the video. I actually had it. You said the only thing you did tell me before this is that you moved somebody's position. I moved somebody's position. So you were surprised he wasn't there, but Miguel Cabrera is my third baseman. You're surprised he wasn't
Okay,
at first base? That's because he's at third base.
okay. I had Alex Rodriguez. He was at
Yeah,
shortstop, or
I
he
would have went with him.
played shortstop most of his or a lot of his career. Also played third base for the Yankees because of Jeter, obviously. Um, and I mean, that's where I originally thought of him at short because like I don't know, I just thought of him like I put him down at short at first because I had Mike Smith at third base originally, and then I was like, and then I was thinking about when I got to shortstop, I was like, oh, there's this other guy. So yeah, so
Oh yeah. I mean, I think that's who I would have had too. I mean, that's what I was kind of going back and forth between if I wanted to put Albert in there
mhm,
or put Miguel over at first and Alex Rodriguez, but
yeah.
I went that way. I went less. I was going to Royds with Robinson Cano. I couldn't go Royds with Alex Rodriguez too, and I already had Royds with Roger Clemens,
Yeah.
so we just roided up out here. But
Yeah, that's what I was
whatever.
referring to when you were talking about second base. I was like, yeah, I got A Rod at third, so I was like, it's fine. All right, so shortstop.
This is easiest position you would have gotten from me. One of my favorite players of all time is Derek Jeter.
And I do agree with you there, but on my list, I disagree with you. Cal Ripken.
You put Ozzy? Oh, okay, yeah.
I mean,
I'd put
Iron
Cal
Man of
Ripken number
baseball.
two.
Yeah, Iron Man of baseball. Man played, I don't even know how many games straight, but the Iron Man. And I mean, great defender, great hitter, great all around player. So,
Yeah, I would definitely like having Cal there. Like I said, he's probably like my second favorite
yeah,
for
and
shortstop.
because I originally
Just
had,
whenever when I think of shortstop, it embodies Derek Jeter, and obviously, like I said, one of my favorites of all time. So I'm
yeah,
not
it's
leaving
like,
him off of anything.
yeah, it's like I didn't want to have A Rod and and Jeter there. I mean, I would have,
And
but
all
it's like
Yankees.
yeah, I didn't want to have a I didn't want to have a Yankees infield. All right, so for outfield, I struggled
That's
with
what I
this.
was
So
thinking too. I have the Robinson Cano, Derek Jeter up the middle like they used to have together. So
oh
that's
my
why it
god.
worked out better too. They were quite the duo up the middle. So had to keep it
Yeah.
going.
So for outfield, I struggled with picking just one. Like I just feel like outfield's such a deep position in MLB that there's
Hmm.
so many good guys. So basically,
There were
I
there were
mean for
three
you, obviously,
favorites for me.
yeah, three favorites. I mean, there's three favorites for me too, except one position I literally I couldn't decide who I wanted ahead of one or the other, so I just put down all three. And then
Before we do this, so we picked six each. Let's see. I think we'll have maybe three of the same guys out of
I
the
think we'll have
six.
four. I think we'll have four.
Really?
But, yep.
Okay.
Let's start in left field. I'll go first here. I have two guys. I have Barry Bonds and Ted Williams.
I have the exact same too.
Oh, we might have more then.
So yeah,
Actually,
I didn't know if you'd have to. I mean, I figured you'd have Ted Williams, and yeah, that was kind of like the one I didn't know if you would or not, but I think there's
I'm
one that
not
you
that
won't
much of
have
a.
that I
I'm
have.
a casual, but I'm not that much of a casual not to put Ted.
Well, I mean, I almost wasn't gonna do it because like how I was talking crap about before, but
Yeah.
you kind of get yelled at if you don't have him there, and he's kind of like one of the exceptions I'll make. So
I
I already know center field. We're gonna be split. I already know who your two. You probably know my two. So
actually, because center field's the one where I have three.
oh really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll let you go first on center field then, since I have three.
I really technically only have one. I think another
Oh, that's
guy
fine.
played there a little bit, so I'll put him there. Actually, I think he might have played there more than a little bit. But my first one, probably my third favorite player of all time. You're wearing his jersey, Ken Griffey Jr.,
Griffey, baby. Yep.
best center fielder of all time. And then my second one is Tony Gwynn.
Tony. I had again, like I said, I was torn. I had Willie Mays, Ken Griffey, obviously, and then Michael
Mhm.
Trout.
Mhm.
So I mean, we only had one there actually. I mean, you were right. We kind of split there. Tony Gwynn.
Yeah, I knew we'd have Griffey, especially with you wearing the jersey and everything. You couldn't just wear the jersey and not have him out there. So
It was either
that would have been dirty.
between putting Griffey or Robinson on my list.
That was dirty.
But yeah, I mean, I'm surprised you didn't put Willie on there. I figured,
Yeah, I
but
wouldn't have really thought about him, to be honest
again,
with you.
he's one of those guys that played black and white ages or black and white days, so it's like you really can't judge. But he is one of the greatest baseball players of all, or one of the
Yeah,
greatest.
I could get behind that for sure, and that's why that's why I was thinking about Tony Gwynn as a right fielder, but he did play center field, so I'm gonna sneak him into the center field.
Yeah.
He's one of the best like contact hitters ever and
Oh
speed
yeah,
guys, so I kind of
all right,
tossed him
so
in there.
right field. I'll go first here. I had Hank Aaron.
You just have one there.
I said one because I had the three center fielders.
Okay, I have two here,
Okay.
and that I knew we were gonna be separate here. That's the position I was counting when I was going through the outfield. I
Oh.
left it short because we have
Okay.
two completely different guys. Well, three technically.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say this guy's the best right fielder of all time, but he's certainly up there.
I'm actually very
Certainly,
interested because
certainly up there.
right field was the hard one for me where I really couldn't determine who I wanted to put. I mean, obviously I wanted to put Hank Aaron there, but that's why I only put one guy because I really couldn't determine.
Yeah, this guy's only is my no question scapegoat right fielder, and it is Ichiro.
Okay. I mean, yeah, I understand that and I respect it.
And
I
then
respect
my
that one.
second one is Mr. October himself, Reggie Jackson.
Yeah, I wanted to put Reggie. Reggie was honestly going to be my next one, but again, I'd already had three. I had the extra center fielder, so that's why.
Yeah, and that's why I threw in Ichiro. He gets left off a lot of the time, which is, I mean, I get it. It's just another guy like I'd seen. He's one of the, I mean, combining his hits and stuff with the Japanese league, he's
One of the
top
best hitters of all
ever
time.
in hits. So, and then everybody knows about the cannon of an arm he had in right field. He was a Gold Glover. Dude won, I think, the Rookie of the Year and MVP in the same year. I'm pretty sure that was what it worked out to be. I know he got the Rookie of the Year, and he was at least in the MVP voting, but I'm pretty sure he won the MVP, and that was his only one.
I'm looking it up for you real fast here.
I was gonna say fact check that because it feels right, but I just want to make sure I'm not stupid.
Yes, it is right. He won. He
Okay.
made All-Star Game, MVP, Rookie of the Year.
He was a monster's rookie year.
And then
like I said, he had a
won the
cannon.
MVP. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry.
Everything.
That was the only year he won MVP.
Yeah, he
That's
he
crazy.
came into the league with a bang.
I mean, He came in the league at 27 years old, which
Yeah, and man, that's why if he was younger, you could have been looking a lot different. But then again, his hits might not have added up to the same way they did in the Japanese league. So it's like a little bit of both.
like
But I mean, he did play till he was 43, so he still got
45
years out of himself.
played
Or yeah,
till
something like
45,
that.
19 years. He's man played from 01 to 2019. That's honestly crazy.
And really, he stopped playing 2016 or so.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the only game
He was hanging on.
the only game he played in 2019 was the Japanese or was the
Oh yeah,
Japan
yeah,
series. He played
the
because
opening day there.
Seattle opened up over there, and I remember he played the only 2 games they had, or he played 2 out of the 3 games they had, and then he was like, I'm done. So and
I
then
forgot about that. Yeah,
2018 he only played 15 games.
when he was with the Marlins, he was kind of like hanging on there. Kind of started like usual with the Yankees, where people's downfall happens.
He
And
kind
then
of had a
kinda-
resurgence there in Miami though.
Yeah, him and Don in the outfield together were something different.
Yeah, he in his 3 years in Miami, he played 432 games at 41 years old, 42 years old, and 43 years old, which is pretty impressive. Okay, now we didn't talk about this, but do you have a DH?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you the same thing. I didn't put
do.
one because I didn't know if you did, but I already knew one off the top of my head anyway. So
I have David Ortiz.
yeah, I also had David Ortiz.
All right. So I mean,
it was kind of no brainer there.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's really the only good DH, like other than like Inger Martinez maybe, but it's the only really guy. Like when you think of the DH position, you don't really think of anybody else except David Ortiz because man didn't play in the field at all unless he was forced to.
Yeah, I mean, when he was playing,
that's our list.
When he was playing, what was it, center field? He was playing center field for the Twins in his early years.
I think it was right.
I'm pretty sure it was outfield. Yeah, it was somewhere in the outfield. Whatever.
Man, he was probably skinny. They didn't have him in center though. They didn't have him running in center.
It was something weird anyway.
But yeah, I mean, our list's pretty close. I mean, we're right there on the pitchers, and I mean, every other position we were kind of 1 and 2. I mean, outfield got a little bit farther away, but we were 1 and 2 on most of the positions, which is, I would say, decent, considering I'm a casual.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. You didn't say anything, so I know it probably didn't surprise you that Trout was on the list anywhere. I think I knew anybody that could have guessed that he wasn't going to be there anywhere.
Yeah,
so
I knew he wasn't going to be.
You made it through that way.
Yeah,
personal agendas only. I mean, but realistically, if I had to put him on there, I wouldn't put him over Barry Bonds, Griffey, or Ichiro. So
that's why he was my second. Like it was really between Griffey and Mays, and then Trout was like my extra guy that I had on there. He was like my 6th guy that I have on there. Because truthfully, I have Barry Bonds over him. I have Williams over him. I have Mays over him. I have Aaron over him. I have Griffey over him, and he's like my 6th guy there.
We love to hear that.
But
you just put 5 guys over the guy you said is the best of all time.
He is the best. He's best of all time right now. Best of all time.
Okay, well, I'm just happy I have this to share it to you every time you say that about him.
All right. Well, there's our list. Actually, so it's going up on Wednesday. This is actually a day before our
I forgot about that.
our 1 year. We were actually a year ago recording. Or wait, no. When this video goes up, a year ago we were recording for our
A squared. Well, we were trying to record A squared.
Well, I think we were trying to record 8 squared, and then in the late hours of the night, things got changed, and the Buds
we birthed something else instead.
We birthed the Buds podcast channel that then later changed to the Buds.
Well, it was NJAB and then the Buds and Buds podcast and then the Buds.
I'll never get over that.
And then the Buds, and now it's just really A&M.
Yeah. But no, for the 1 year we are doing our NFL mock draft. I don't know if you're gonna come and sleep during that like last year, but
You know, just for the memories, I might have to.
it might happen there for a
You
little bit.
know, like we were in that Discord together. I was looking at some people's mock drafts and stuff. I think I could provide very good insight to things.
Oh
Okay,
God. No,
going by their mock drafts, I think I
the
could
one
do pretty
thing
good.
is I still find it hilarious because you did say stuff during that video and you had no idea what was going on.
I was going nuts.
And that was
I was
still
spitting during that video.
honestly probably still the most rushed and unput together video we have. Even though it has
It's still one of the only bangers.
yeah, it's one of our it's an OG video. I'm gonna have to go back
We
and
were one of one for bangers. We should just stop then.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch it before we go and record it or watch some
Yeah,
of
see
it.
what you learned since then.
See the black screen.
It's a tough time. It's a tough time.
But yeah, thank you guys for watching. That we're gonna do our because Mort came up with his idea, so we're probably gonna next week do unless something big happens, like I don't know, but we're gonna do our basketball list.
It's just instead of sitting here talking about the same thing over and over and like trying to squeeze something like we had said before, squeezing the Pistons together for 20 minutes.
It's not the fact that we squeeze
or
together.
talking about things late. Like we could have easily came on here and just talked about that stupid soccer thing that's going on, about Isaiah Stewart's 20-20 game and squeeze that out for 45 minutes and then call it a day. But
hey, I was actually going to mention how Isaiah Stewart is the next face. Him, Sadiq, and Killian are the next face of the Pistons.
well, we've said that every week now.
Well,
We've said that every single week.
But now it's
for the past
becoming
4
true.
months now.
But now it's becoming true.
Yeah, and
But-
I mean, I think we've documented it enough to where like we can try something else here.
All right, yeah, but next week we'll do.
Plus,
our, go ahead.
I kind of had an idea, which is it's actually pretty good, seeing that we have basically the same teams.
Putting in the show.
What I was gonna do, personal agendas here. I was gonna make my own video
Okay.
of these all-time teams in franchise, and then like match them against current day teams, which actually works out very good because really you just have Albert and Miguel that are still playing. Besides, like your list having and Justin, but
Yeah.
so it really is basically all time against new teams. And I was gonna do the same thing with NBA.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind. Yeah, that would be.
But
cool.
if ours is draft, I mean, I know our NBA one's gonna probably be a lot different. We're not gonna have all the same guys like we did here.
I mean,
So that one that can go into 2 different videos. But
the weird thing is I am looking at my basketball because I have my basketball team right under my baseball. I think our basketball is going to be very similar. I mean, position wise, because position wise, I did move a couple people around, like just I would say 2 people, but I mean, I think ours will be very similar.
you already know 2 or 3 of mine, maybe even 4. So maybe we have the same, close to the same.
Yeah.
I know there's one guy you're gonna have that I don't. One guy I'm gonna have that you probably won't. But I mean, really, I don't know. This other guy has had quite a surge here recently. I want to be surprised if you put him on your team.
And I got my
And
second.
I'd love to see that.
I got 1 and 2. I got team 1 and team 2. I just want to put that out there.
Oh, okay. We did a bench squad there too. Okay, I'll have to do that.
Gotta get the bench squad in there. But okay, we'll get to that next week. You'll probably do your baseball video. Have that whenever. I don't know when you do video or when you'll get that done. So
actually, I started a Tigers franchise last night. I was recording it.
Okay.
And then after the first episode, I was in the off season, and for some reason the guys didn't sign their contracts that I offered them.
See.
So I went into the second spring training with no players on my roster.
See, I
had to cancel it.
That's the one thing. I know I'm going on a little rant here. That's the one thing I hate about MLB The Show it's so hard to sign players. Like the computer makes it easy, but like it's so complicated signing your players. I like that's the one thing I struggle with doing rebuilds on
Well, it was
MLB.
like my normal guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm. But
Like
it's
for
so
some reason,
difficult.
these guys should be under contract, but for some reason it says you got to offer them qualifying offers and like extensions. But like Willie's in his second year, I don't need to extend him yet. Mize
Yeah,
is in his second year, I don't need to extend him. There's no reason why I skip through free agency and then I go to start the season. Willie's on the Twins and Mize is in Oklahoma.
yeah. Oh wait, Oklahoma.
Not
Was he down in the
just
minor
something
league?
random. Willie really was on the Twins though,
Is he with the
so I
Oklahoma?
gave up.
Is he with the Oklahoma City Dodgers? They're
He
triple.
could have been.
They're triple league.
He could have been. The
Uh,
Giants were all here making a super team, and I couldn't even re-sign my guys that I already had under contract for 6 years.
okay.
The Giants got Max Scherzer and somebody else.
What the? Oh, okay. Okay.
Kenley. They got Kenley.
Kenley Gents from the Dodgers.
Uh-huh.
He just upped and left and went to the Bay Area.
He stayed in California, said, forget you, I'm going to San Francisco.
So you'll probably do your all-time team then, and we will have that video, and then we'll have the basketball next week, and like I said, NFL mock draft Thursday, right to after the day after we post this, and then we might do something after the draft. I don't know if we will, like, because last year we milked that draft into 4 videos. I'm proud of us. Might not happen this year.
We
Can't
young
guarantee
finessers from the beginning.
Can't
Young
guarantee
finessers from the very beginning. I'm telling you.
Can't
We knew what we were doing from the start.
can't guarantee it's gonna be 4 videos this time. You might get 2. You might get 2 out of us. Might get 2.
Nah, you're gonna struggle to get one, dog. This isn't April 2020 anymore.
Okay.
Well, this is April 2021.
That's all we got for you guys. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.